Hey everybody, this is James from South Texas RC and BRB Racing. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Well, I've had a few people ask me to do a side-by-side comparison of my Traxxas Maxx version 2 and my Outcast 4S. So here you go, guys. Here's a comparison of these two trucks. So let me get cracking. So let's see here. Lengthwise, be better to set them this direction. Let me scooch you all over. There's a good side profile right there, so you can see that the Maxx, when you go tire to tire like that, that the Maxx is about 3 inches longer, roundabout. And then let's see, tire height. The Outcast is a little bit taller. Outcast has the 17mm hex versus the Traxxas has a locking wheel nut. Well, not a locking, but a Teflon nut with a plastic spacer, and you take this out, that's a round hole. Component-wise, well, we'll start with body-wise. This one has body clips hooked to the body, and this one has the quick release clipless body. And I'm not going to go in a huge breakdown of who has what voltage or whatever. We're not going to go into that today. So motor wise, we have the motor with a heat sink and fan, and then on the ESC we do have an integrated fan on the ESC. On this one, we have a heat sink with the fan, and we have an integrated fan on the ESC. This one has a quite large steering servo. Oh, this one has a standard sized servo. The center shaft is encased in the vehicle and protected. The center shaft is readily available and detachable. This one has a quick release system for the battery. This one has Velcro straps. So that's what I see component-wise, length-wise, weight-wise. Maxx is a lot heavier. And over time I've done upgrades to this one. I saw factory shocks in the rear. I put some Pro lines in the front. But this is what you get from box stock, is this type of shock. Versus Traxxas does come with the aluminum shock and full adjustable. I did the upgrades on the axles on this truck with the steel CVDs. This one comes with plastic axles, but there is an upgrade for it probably. Other than that, I've done RPM's arms on this. Factory arms are pretty good wide and thick. You can pull on them, they do flex. Versus the RPM arms are good and solid. Heavy plastic chassis. Heavy plastic chassis. Comes with a wheelie bar. Comes with a wheelie bar. Has a wing, doesn't have a wing. But yeah, guys, like I said, if you're trying to compare these two trucks, like I said, I was asked to do a comparison on these. It's kind of hard to do a comparison, it really is. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to run both trucks. Do a little playing around with them. Let y'all see how they perform. I'm going to be running both models on 3S 7600 milliamp batteries. And to be fair, let me tell you the discharge rate. 75C discharge rate, 11.1 volts at 7600 milliamps, Lexon Pro batteries. Gearing wise, the Traxxas Maxx is I want to say a 50 tooth on the spur and a 23 tooth on the pinion. And the Arrma is going to be running a 57/15, I believe, or a 13. I'm not too sure, to be honest with you, how I have this geared. I want to say, no, wait a minute, it is. I believe it is. It's a 15. This one's 57/15, and the other one's geared at 50/23. So enough talking, guys. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to say eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. The Maxx goes out first. Oh, yes, and before we go run, this truck comes with the Spectrum SLT3. And this truck comes with the TQI, full programmable radio. Both of them are 2.4 gig radios. I know, y'all want to see the steering wheel on this too, right? Okay, enough playing around. Oh yeah, and I did do lights, of course. Got lights on the front, light on the rear. This one here, light on the rear, light bar to the front. But we're not going to run lights yet. Almost forgot before running the servo speeds. That was another question. Alright, so of course it's going to be distant because I want to go back as far as I can with my camera on the area back here where I can do some full throttle opens. So here we go, guys. I'm going to call out as best I can what I'm doing on control versus when I run the other truck on control. So full trigger, wide open. And full trigger, wide open. Full trigger, wide open. Full trigger, wide open. That hurt. And it wasn't that the Maxx flipped by taking that little ramp. Had this piece of garbage speaker housing, I guess, that whatever you want to call it, laying there, and that's what the wheel caught, because this is along the alleyway of the backside and people like to throw their garbage back here and let me clean it up or run it over. So okay, here we go. Full trigger. I'm gonna flip that ramp around. to say the Maxx does like to flip over. Does like to flip over. But I have to say too, that dirt is really loose right there. Alright guys, that's the Maxx. And here is the Outcast. So the reverse spin is a lot weaker on the Outcast. It's about half power of what the Maxx did. All right, full trigger. And full trigger. Oh, lost control. I need to wet this down out here. It's getting too dusty. And coming back, full trigger. Full trigger. Bringing her back. Full trigger. Oh, little crash there. Durability test. So I laid it back down for the longer side on the ramp. It's slow pace, I'm not trying to go all crazy and launch the moon, but it is handling that jump pretty well. Pretty solid, no nosedive. I noticed on the Maxx when I did that jump, it did nosedive a little bit. Missed it. That ramp didn't do too well. At higher speed, it just kind of said, whee, back on traction. Definitely likes to wheelie on the 3S. Brutal. One more all the way down, full trigger. Now I'm just going to goof off with it. I guess that's our durability test right there. All right, bringing the Maxx out again to test a couple of things. Make sure I just wasn't being squirrely when I was doing it. Nose dived. Adjust that ramp a little bit. Nose dive. Something's either stuck in my steering or something going on, because it won't turn. Okay, the turning was self-inflicted. The module to my light box got stuck on the steering horn, so that was my fault. Keep slipping in this dirt. Yeah, definitely. Or out here earlier, I would have wet this down. So on a sharper jump in the backside, it does it okay. On a slow, you take it too fast, it will nosedive. But I just want to do a jump comparison just to see if it was me or with the trucks, and it looks like it was just me. Well, on the sharper jump, it doesn't take it too well. And it does seem to nosedive a little bit on that front jump. It's very, very heavy in the front end. So aerodynamic wise, the Outcast seems to sail pretty straight like an arrow, and this one seems to nose just a little bit. But running both of them side by side, 3S, the Outcast seems to have a pretty fast rip-off, but and it doesn't wheelie. This one doesn't wheelie on a 3S, and the other one does. On 4S, the Outcast is just absolutely insane on wheelies. Can't even keep it on the ground. I imagine this on 4S, it would wheelie pretty hard also. but pretty impressive. The Outcast even wheelies on the 3S, and the Maxx does not. So there you have it, guys. There's both trucks on a quick comparison. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you have any questions that you want me to look at on these trucks versus each other, please leave me a comment. I will reply back as soon as possible. If you like what you see, let's go ahead and hit that like and subscribe, guys. And until next time, this is James from South Texas RC and BRB Racing, and I am out.